show. They do it all for show. They set the world on fire, they let it burn slow. I was just cruising the streets, I was looking for something to eat. I'm trying to get me some sleep, I'm trying to make it for me. My family struggling for peace.
Good morning.
My family eating the streets, my family eating the streets. My family, it's a PSA announcement. They say they care, but they really don't. Kamikaze twist and turn like Inferno. They keep on blaming the media and blaming the government.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
Freedom, do you really know? You give them your right to wait and
morning.
money coming in different ways. Don't say you poor, don't say you helping these kids and then you close the door. You ain't no better.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
You hypocrites, use your power to make a change and make the difference. All this talking you're saying and ain't saying much. They say they care.
FBC, RC.
It's beyond their ability. Is it really though? They say they care.
That's right.
They really don't. It's all a front for show. They do it all for show.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Jeffrey. Good morning, Dark Angel.
They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow.
You know exactly why we are here. Good morning, Tara.
They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow. Your left arm in, you take your left arm out. You put your right hand in and then you shake it all.
All right, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do. All right, it's showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Tracy. Wildflower. Oh my gosh, you're all bright and early. All right, you know exactly why we are here. The gloves are off. Good morning, Morningstar. Thank you so much.
It's like a curse.
It really is like a curse, right? All right.
Deja vu.
All right, Mickey P. Love you as well. Bob.
It's deja vu.
Cool dude. Good morning. Heidi. Yes, thank you for the follow. Tiffany, good morning. Yes, it is I.
It's like every week
Triple
I
H.
gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game.
Ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. That means that. Let's go. Shady. I'll see you in a minute. Let's go. Yeah. Yes. Good morning, Jazz. Let's go. It's my bestie. No. Dark Angel, I look tired. Or maybe I look like I'm just getting started, right? Good morning, Jazzy. I'm gonna take off. Here it goes.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of years.
Yes.
It was radical. It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh, cut it out.
It's like deja vu.
All right, it's like deja vu.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
All right, DJ, go ahead and kill the music. All right, and let's get started with today's show. All right, go ahead, DJ, kill the music. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. I am honored to be once again back in the driver's seat or in the captain's chair. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host. I am your pilot. All right, and I am once again back to make sure we all get started doing what we all came to do. All right. But before we do, let's get started with some of the housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they say Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H stands for honest. I am, hands down, the most honest person on social media. There's nobody more honest than me, all right? That's the first H. All right, the second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am humble. Honestly, I am really the most humble person on social media. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. Now, here's the thing, though. I haven't been wrong lately, I guess, right? And I don't know why that is, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. But listen, if I were wrong, I would definitely issue you an apology. And just because your feelings are hurt, that doesn't mean I owe you an apology, by the way, right? I'm being serious, all right? All right, and then the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. I am. Now listen up, many of you are very familiar with what we do over here on this side of town, on this side of TikTok. What we do is very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their leader, Donald J. Trump accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. And believe you me, when we're talking about our friends on the right, there's a lot of dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds and crimes, all right? Listen, they've hit the jackpot when it comes to committing crimes. I've never seen criminal conduct happening like this, like we're seeing coming from the folks on the right. All right, so listen up. If you are one of those folks out there, as my good friend, brother Swerve, likes to say, right, you're lactose intolerant. That means when the truth and the facts start to come out, you start to experience an allergic reaction. You might want to leave this live because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you. Because I got some bad news for you, Trump supporters. You know, there's this guy out there. His name is Jeff, or he calls himself HVAC. Listen, Jeff, if you're out there, Jeff, do me a favor. Shut down TikTok and actually become a student in the kingdom for at least a year, Jeff, because you're not debunking liberals, bro. You're not handsome, Jeff. I'm being honest, ladies and gentlemen. But we got these TikTok creators out here, these fake TikTok lawyers. We got these fake TikTok hosts. You know, there's this guy out there. His name is Snuggles. You ever heard of Snuggles, ladies and gentlemen? He's bad news. He spreads lies and misinformation, and he started a university on TikTok. He learned it from Donald Trump. You know, there was Trump University, the Snuggles University, where all of these folks go and learn how to spread lies and misinformation. You know, folks like Jay Bear, Stacey Bear, Mother of Nastiness, conservative. You know, all these folks, they go to Snuggles University, and they've been spreading misinformation, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay away from them, all right? Because they're going to mislead you and guide you. All right, but if you like what they say, you're not going to love what I have to say, and you're going to be crying. Listen, if you were happy, you're going to be sad. If you were hungry, you're going to be not so hungry, because the truth is coming, whether you like it or not, MAGA. So you might want to leave because it's going to get uncomfortable, like I said, right? But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Good morning,
if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
If you're not happy, you can leave. All right. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we're here to do. Get the tomatoes out. Get the booze and the shame out. For my subscribers, you know, they got access to the shame emoji, all right? Because I'm going to take you all back 4 years ago from today, right? Today is what? April 2nd, 2024? How about we go back to April 2nd, 2020, ladies and gentlemen, when Donald Trump was the president of the United States. And I'm going to make it a point to keep doing this. Because there was a little thing MAGA was doing on this app where you're better off today than you were 4 years ago. And they got away with it, right, Ange? They got away with it. Oh, yes, what were you doing 4 years? I was buying groceries. My 401k was surging through the roof. And I've always said, listen, y'all got to stop lying because that's not what happened 4 years. Oh, no, Zeus, we were living a lot better 4 years ago. I bet you everything. I'll bet you $5,000, Zeus. This is what they said to me. Well, I said to them, you know what? You know what happens when you poke the bear, right? You know, one of those Russian bears likes to say that.
Hold on. You poke the bear, you're going to get the bear.
Well, guess what? You got the bear, MAGA. All right, I'm the bear today, all right? So let's go back 4 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, when Donald Trump was the president of the United States and the country was in the thickest parts of the pandemic, all right? And he held a press conference that day. It was 2 hours of pandemonium, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is 2 hours of Donald Trump sending Americans to the grave, all right? And by the way, no one was buying eggs. They were out there buying gas and living their life. They were on their knees, scared, terrified, because our commander-in-chief was lying to us about just how dangerous it was. All right, let's listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me.
Okay, thank you very much. Good to be with you all. We're in a very critical phase of our war against the coronavirus. It's vital that every American follows our guidelines on the 30 days to slow the spread. The sacrifices we make over the next 4 weeks will have countless American lives saved. We're going to save a lot of American lives, and we're in control of our own fate, very much so. Maintaining social distance, practicing vigorous hygiene, and staying at home are your most effective ways to win the war and to escape danger. While you're fighting this battle from home, we're working with the best scientists, doctors, and researchers anywhere in the world. We're racing to develop new ways to protect against the virus, as well as therapies, treatments, and ultimately a vaccine, and we're making a lot of progress. I think medically a lot of progress. At the same time, we're also racing to get relief to American workers and small businesses, as you know. I want to remind small business owners across America that the Paycheck Protection Program is launching tomorrow. Nearly $350 billion in loans will be available to small businesses, including sole proprietors. These loans are up to 100% forgivable as long as employers keep paying their workers. Got to take care of your workers. Furthermore, we want Social Security beneficiaries to know that if they are typically not required to file a tax return, they don't have to file one in order to receive the direct cash payments that will soon be distributed to American citizens. The Treasury will deposit the money directly into the bank accounts, and don't forget, I will always protect your Social Security, your Medicare, and your Medicaid. We're protecting Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and I always will. I'd like now to invite SBA Administrator Jovita Carranza, who's doing a fantastic job.
So, Paycheck Protection is now being launched, as he says, because guess what? Businesses are shutting down and employees are losing their jobs. So to all of you Trump supporters out there that have been saying you were better off 4 years ago, guess what? Come close to the screen. Double D, Snuggles, J Bear, come real close. No, you weren't. You're a bunch of liars, and God is not pleased with you. All right? Americans were dying because of this guy. Now let's get to the part where we are talking about more of what's been happening during the pandemic, and listen to just some of the lies that Donald Trump tells the American people. You all have no excuse for this nasty behavior.
Thank you. Okay, so that begins right away, and they start handing out checks, and a lot of people are going to have their businesses built back up quickly, I hope. And we'll see. Complicated, big, small business is actually big business. So I thank them both. And please, good. We have some great gentlemen. Let me see. Great gentlemen. That's correct. Thank you very much. Today, my administration is also issuing new guidelines to protect elderly Americans who remain the most vulnerable. By now, nursing homes should have suspended the entry of all medically unnecessary personnel. Today, we're further recommending that all nursing home facilities assign the same staff to care for the same group of residents consistently to minimize any potential spread. And we're also urging facilities to designate separate areas for healthy and sick residents. And this is a practice that we probably will be recommending into the future long after the enemy is gone, this particular enemy is gone. We're also making every effort to provide relief to our great veterans. We take very good care of our veterans. At my direction, Secretary Wilkie will use any authority at his disposal to extend deadlines for benefits and to postpone debt collections. We're now conducting well over 100,000 coronavirus tests per day, over 100,000 tests a day. And these are accurate tests, and they're moving rapidly.
wait a second. We're not out buying eggs. We're not out vacationing. We're doing a bunch of testing. Mr. President, Mr. Former President, Snuggles. This is what I'm talking about, bro. Stop lying. This country was on its knees because of this guy and the way that he mismanaged the pandemic. Now, listen, this thing is 2 hours long. I'm not going to go through all of that. But there is one last part, and you know what it is. We want to talk about the ventilators. Do you remember the fiasco, ladies and gentlemen, with the ventilators? Do you remember the fiasco with the ventilators? Let's get into that real quick.
It's the other priorities we have right now are the DPA and what the task force is doing. But if we learn anything from this crisis, it should be never again should we have to depend on the rest of the world for our essential medicines and countermeasures.
And by the way, we've cut them out also.
Here we
to
go.
be honest. We've
Another
stopped
lie.
orders going from certain places, and in a couple of places, like we had a big order going to Italy on important outfits and some ventilators, and it was going to Italy. They made the order a long time ago, and I said, you got to let it go. They had an order, and I could have cut it. Under the act, I could have cut it. I said, nope, you can't do that. You got to let it go. You know, they have big problems. We had an order going to Spain. And I said, let it go. I could have stopped it. I said, let it go. We're going to be fine. I said, let it go. So it works that way also. One other thing as to your question, oftentimes, and we've told this to the governors, Mike, we've been very strong on this, if you think there's bidding between federal government and state, let us know and we'll drop out immediately. Or you drop out.
This is sick
And we
stuff.
lower the price.
Against each other.
No. If we're bidding against each other, I said, find out who it is. And usually they know, everyone knows. And we're notified, and we get notified, and we'll either drop out or they'll drop out. But we have another problem. There are 151 countries out there beyond the states. There are 151 countries that have this problem, and they're ordering too. It's really a mess. Now, in a little while, the hardest thing to get are the ventilators because they're, it takes a while to build them. And we have thousands of them being built right now. In a little while, they'll be worth about $5, but right now they're very valuable. And we're going to have a lot of them being shipped. In fact, that's why General Motors called up before Mary. That's why others called up 2 days ago. They called up that they're all in production. And they're starting to arrive in a week and a half, but there'll be a time when we're going to build stockpiles. By the way, the states should have been building their stockpile. We have almost 10,000 in our stockpile, and we've been building it, and we've been supplying it. But the states should be building. We're a backup. We're not an ordering clerk. We're a backup. And we've done an unbelievable job. Like, for instance, whoever heard
Wow. We're out of ventilators, and all of a sudden he's blaming the states. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Donald Trump at his core. An individual who's compromised, who is corrupt, and lacks the ability to be a leader. When in a moment of crisis, this man is not fit to be president of these United States. If he can't even run his marriage correctly, how the heck can he run this country correctly? I am being so serious. So listen up, ladies and gentlemen. I am so sorry to have to drag you through that this bright and early on a Tuesday morning, right? But I'm going to make sure I remind you all what was happening 4 years ago, all right, from today. And it wasn't you were flying around the country buying groceries. You were suffering and you were on your knees because of this guy, Donald Trump. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to join me in giving Donald Trump what he deserves this bright and early for mismanaging the pandemic and subjecting Americans to endless rounds of abuse at his hands. You should see his hands. They're covered in blood over here. Join me in giving him our first honorable round of booze and shame. You're welcome.
Silence! You never demon!
Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot allow Donald Trump to be president ever again. I can promise you this. The next crisis, it'll be worse than the first one that he handled, all right? He mismanaged. He doesn't know what to do. He panics under pressure, all right? And I'm being serious with you. All right, now let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen, because we got a couple of topics to get through, and then I'll open up the boxes, all right? And by the way, I don't allow you Trump supporters to be victims around me. It's really at a point right now where I don't even really want to hear what you got to say. It's unfortunately, it's gotten to that point. Because I know every argument you're going to bring. So if I want to argue, I'll just argue the points that I already know you're going to bring up, because you're not going to bring anything new up. And I know where you get your information from. You get it from Vladimir Putin. So why on earth would I even need to talk to any of you MAGA demons? As far as I'm concerned, you MAGA demons belong in hell, all right? And listen, I have no problem waking up every single morning sending you there. I really don't, because I know you love it. You don't get it, but I do. Donald Trump supporters want the ultimate MAGA reward. And they say, well, what is the ultimate MAGA reward? It's jail, all right? Guaranteed you'll go to jail if you support Donald Trump. And then hell, all right? Guaranteed. Jail, then hell. And if you don't get your soul right, you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Jail, if you don't get your soul right, hell. And then there's a chapter 11 in between. You Trump supporters don't get it, but I get it. All right. Now let's start off with today's first headlines. I can't talk about them. Donald Trump rages at the gag order being strengthened. All right. Ex-President Donald Trump reacted yesterday to a new gag order demanding that he stop attacking family members of people involved in the hush money trial by unleashing another furious attack on the judge who issued it. Look at this MAGA demon, ladies and gentlemen. This is what he does. I was just informed that another corrupt New York judge, Juan Merchan, gagged me. So I cannot talk about the corruption and conflicts taking place in his courtroom with respect to the case that everyone, including the DA, felt should never have been brought. He wrote on his Truth Social platform. A gag order in the trial set to start April 15th and involving hush money payments allegedly made to an adult movie actress to keep quiet about an affair has been in place for several days, and it bans Donald Trump from talking about jurors, witnesses, and court staff. Yesterday, it was extended to include their families. The extension follows, get this is the part that really grinds my gears. The extension follows several attacks made by Trump that target Lauren Merchan, the daughter of the judge. Look at what's happening, America. I'm not talking to the MAGA demons, because they're done. Their souls are already spoken for, but Americans, my fellow Americans, my real Democrats, my real independents, my real Republicans. The person running to be the president, the front runner of the running to be president of the United States in the Republican Party is, get this, selling King James Bibles with, the Declaration and the Constitution in them for $60. And in one hand, while he's selling Jesus, get this, he's attacking the judge's daughter and women all across the country. Surely you understand why that doesn't make sense, right? You understand that's not the sign of someone that's Christ-like. That's someone that's possessed with a MAGA demon. All right? And so on that note, all right, all of you who are here on the show, please join me in giving Donald Trump what he deserves once again. And this time, let's give it to his supporters. Another round of booze and shame, because clearly they are possessed with the MAGA demon, and they've found a way to weaponize not just, law and order, but they've now learned how to weaponize the Bible. Let's give these folks some booze and shame. Some sick individuals.
You MAGA demon!
Listen, I see there's some dissension in my comments section. Maybe you didn't hear me at the top of the show. Let me give you a reminder.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
You know, people ask me all the time, what do you think would take to make this, help get this country back on track, Zeus? What do you think it would really take to make this country a great country, more and live up to its promises? And I initially said, it'll take we got to do this, we got to pass these kind of policies. I used to give real complicated answers. Now I don't give such complicated answers. The one thing you can do in this country to get rid of to help make it better is stand on business. And what I mean by that is this: I firmly believe that you need to deport MAGA if you want to make America great again. If there ever was such a thing as making America great again, the way to do it is honestly deport these individuals. All right, send them to either Russia or the edge of the universe. All right, I prefer the edge of the universe at this point. Elon Musk, listen, Elon, are you listening out there? Please do me a favor, Elon. Listen, can I borrow one of those SpaceX rockets? I know they're still in the development phase, in the prototype phase. I don't care. I got a couple of knuckleheads that believe that rocket will take them to meet their Lord and Savior. All right, so Elon, please give me a couple of those rockets. I got a few people I'd like to send up in the orbit. All right. Let's talk about some more derangedness going on in the MAGA world. All right, we got this thing, what they call it, a pump and dump. Ooh, keep it clean, Ann. I know you're out there, Miss Boss Diva. Keep it clean. Pump and dump. Investors cash out on crazy Trump fans buying up Truth Social stock. You Trump supporters, you don't get it. You don't get it. All right, so don't type another thing in there in the chat, MAGA. Listen to this. Early investors in the Trump Media and Technology Group are telling reporters that they made a quick profit by cashing out last week just before the company's first financial report sent its share prices into a free fall yesterday. One such investor was Mohammed Al Shalloudi, a 21-year-old data analyst from the UAE. Wow, from the UAE. Y'all got sucker written all across y'all forehead, and it's so big that folks on the other side of the planet can see how gullible you are. All right, who rushed to invest in the Truth social media stock as soon as it became available because he believed that he could get Trump supporters to pay premium prices for a stock that he believed was wildly overpriced. Jeez, I wonder what made him think these folks were so gullible. Al Shalloudi bet has paid off given that he bought up shares when they were trading at $37 a piece. And then he sold them off last week when the price hit $65. It was a no-brainer, he told reporters. You buy the stock, wait for Trump's fan base to hear about it, and enjoy the profits. He said he invested $10,000 on the stock, ladies and gentlemen, and now he is swimming in profits. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this stuff up. His supporters got to be, they got to be the biggest fools on the face of the planet. This is sick stuff. Ladies, Mr. Nice Guy, I know you are one of those fools. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. His supporters threw all their money away. That rent money, they put it in on these stocks, and now it's gone. And folks over there in countries all across the world are swimming in profits because Donald Trump supporters are such fools. Let's give them another round of booze and shame. I would be ashamed to be a Trump supporter. I really would. You are the company you keep. You are the company you keep. All right, end of discussion. You Trump supporters, like I said, I really don't even need to argue with them at this point because the first question I'm going to have now is, why did you invest? Why did you invest in Truth Social, MAGA? Tell me why that made sense. Didn't you say you couldn't afford eggs? Didn't you say you couldn't afford gas? Didn't you say this inflation is really beating you over the head? So why did you go and buy the shares? Oh, because you thought you were somehow helping Donald Trump stay out of prison. You all are ridiculous. All right, you really are. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to dive into some Republican news. All right, and this is coming out of the state of Florida. And this is bad news for guess who? Donald Trump. Florida Supreme Court puts abortion on the ballot and hands Donald Trump a serious problem. In the end, Ron DeSanctimonious, all right, DeSantis may have gotten his revenge on Donald Trump, just not in the way that he expected it. The Florida governor's draconian 6-week abortion ban, which he pushed as part of his presidential run, thinking he could out-extreme Trump and the GOP candidates, got the green light from the Florida Supreme Court yesterday. It will go into effect in 30 days, with the state's previous 15-week abortion ban kicking in until then. That's horrific, but the state's high court also ruled that an amendment protecting abortion rights will be on the Florida ballot in November, giving voters a chance to strike down DeSantis' ban and, if past election are any evidence, driving voter turnout considerably. You can parse these Sunshine State's developments any way you like, but there's no vision that's good for Donald Trump, the Republican presidential nominee in waiting. He has previously described DeSantis' 6-week abortion ban as terrible, knowing how unpopular it is with voters. So now, in his home state, Trump will face 3 not good for him, but great for Joe Biden choices. 1, embrace the 6-week abortion ban. All right, 2, maintain his opposition to the 6-week abortion ban. Or 3, say that when he becomes president, he'll override the 6-week abortion ban. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Donald Trump has now gotten himself into a bit of a pickle over abortion. Because guess what, Donald Trump? Women all across the country are going to show up in numbers you can't even imagine. Numbers larger than the numbers that you had at your inauguration and vote you down. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis and the MAGA Republicans what they deserve, because they keep thinking that somehow they have control over women and their bodies, only to be finding out they're not. They don't have such control because guess what? They aren't as powerful as they think they are. Let's give them what they deserve. Another round of boos and shame. What's your obsession with controlling women's bodies? You conservative men. Sick individuals.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Silence, you MAGA demons. All right, you know how these MAGA demons claim to be tough on immigration, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's talk about some tough on immigration business. All right, let's see, what do we have, ladies, in here? Did I have it? Oh, I didn't bring it. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't bring it. Wow. Well, guess what? We'll skip it. I'll move on because we got a couple of other things to talk about anyway. All right, let's talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. Republicans file a bill to rename Dulles after Trump. All right, this is clear evidence that it is a cult. They want to rename the D.C. airport after Donald Trump. This is some sick stuff. 7 House Republicans have filed a bill on Friday to rename Washington, D.C.'s main airport Dulles International after, guess who? Their cult leader, Donald Trump. Wow. Y'all are really losing it. The bill would rename the airport Donald J. Trump International Airport. The bill's sponsor is Representative Guy Reschenthaler from Pennsylvania. Co-sponsors are Michael Waltz, Andy Ogles, Chuck Fleischman, Paul Gosar, Barry Moore, and Troy Niels. Quote, in my lifetime, our nation has never been greater than under the leadership of Donald J. Trump. As millions of domestic and international travelers fly through the airports, there's no better symbol of freedom, prosperity, and strength than having, quote, welcome to Trump International Airport as they land on American soil. Listen, Gosar also told Fox, I can see no more fitting recognition than naming both airports in our nation capitals after America's two best presidents. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do, because this isn't going to fly. All right? Just like Donald Trump's second run for presidency, right? This isn't going to fly. All this does is confirm the obvious, that Donald Trump supporters are in a cult. Nobody wants to see this nonsense, and they know it. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving these MAGA cult members what they deserve. Another round of boos and shame. Unfortunately, you can call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it whatever you want to call it.
Silence!
But we won't call it that. All right, now let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. We got a couple of more topics, all right, and then we're gonna open up these boxes. All right, here we go. Hold on. Oh my goodness, hold on. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see, where are we at right here? All right, ladies and gentlemen. So what do we have right here? Kim Taylor sentenced for more than 50 counts of election fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story about election fraud that's occurred, and you wouldn't believe it, but this is, once again, coming from the Republican Party. You know, when I ask them, when I tell them this, right? You know what I say? Donald Trump said this during his 2020 election.
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
Yeah. Every time I keep finding these examples of the election being rigged, but it's not the people that I thought would be rigging it that are doing it. It's actually those who are out there and they're very loudly saying it's rigged. It turns out it's usually them that's rigging it. All right, in Sioux City, Iowa, the wife of a Woodbury County supervisor has been sentenced Monday in dozens of election fraud charges. Kim Taylor, the wife of Woodbury County Supervisor Jeremy Taylor, appeared in the federal courthouse in Sioux City Monday afternoon, where she was sentenced to a total of 8 months. 4 months in federal prison and 4 months of home incarceration. Additionally, she will serve 2 years supervised release beginning at the time of her home confinement. She must also pay a special assessment of $100 per charge for a total of $5,200. Taylor was accompanied to federal court by family members, including 2 children. Her husband, Jeremy, also attended the sentencing, but arrived separately. All right. Prior to her rendering her sentence, Strand voiced concern over her tactics used by federal officers during Taylor's arrest. He also noted Taylor's otherwise clean criminal record and status as a naturalized citizen. But here's the thing. Kim Taylor was found guilty by a jury on November 21st, 2023, on 3 counts of fraudulent registration, 26 counts of false information in registering and voting, and 23 counts of fraudulent voting. The trial started on November 13th with final testimony and closing arguments presented on November 20th. Kim Taylor requested an acquittal on December 1st, claiming there was insufficient evidence supporting her conviction. The state filed a response while rebutting Kim Taylor's motion, arguing that the families that testified at trial were more than enough to prove Taylor's guilt. The judge denied the request on January 18th. She was first arrested on the counts of voter fraud in January when the U.S. Department of Justice accused that she was involved in a scheme to generate votes in June 2020 primary election while Jeremy Taylor was candidate for U.S. Representative of Iowa's 4th District, and again during the 2020 general election when he successfully ran for Woodbury County Supervisor of the 5th District. Ladies and gentlemen, her husband was named an unindicted co-conspirator in this nasty little scheme that she was running, registering people in her community. She's from Vietnam, and the people she was registering to vote Republican were people who were Vietnamese, and they really couldn't understand what she was telling them to do. But this is what the MAGA demon did. The MAGA demon convinced her that this is what you got to do to be real patriotic and to save your country. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It wasn't true. What that MAGA demon convinced her to do was to break the law and commit election interference, all right? So guess what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to have to give Kim Taylor what she deserves, all right? Because she has no shame, we're going to give it to her. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Kim Taylor, who was possessed with the MAGA demon and committed election interference, election fraud, what she deserves. Another round of boos and shame. You all, every MAGA accusation is a MAGA confession.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
To the Christians, do not be deceived. Stop thinking that everybody who waves a flag and shouts freedom is your friend and a good person, because we have people like this trying to join up in the movements. I found this out the hard way.
You did?
I found it out the hard way.
That
not everybody is in things for the same reasons you are.
I get it.
I was in the People's Convoy.
I get it.
And what a fucking disappointment that ended up being.
Keep it clean now. Keep it clean.
What a disappointment to find out that these people that you were with, they weren't like you. They didn't care about the country.
Right.
They were a bunch of grifting motherfucking live streamers that wanted to make money off of the people in America who were hardworking and sending their money. Little old ladies, old men, people who had to wait for their paychecks so they could give a little bit of money to help people drive around and shout freedom and fight for freedom. And to find out that it was really for nothing. To find out that the people involved, a lot of the people involved that are involved in this convoy right here were really bad people. They were bad people who did not care about the causes that they joined. They used them for their own
keep crying.
Profit.
Get it out. Get it out. I get
How
it.
sad is that?
It's sad.
But there's people who really fucking care.
You didn't
There's
listen
people who really sacrifice for the causes. They sacrifice for the causes. For real. It's in their hearts. And these kinds of motherfuckers come.
Yeah. You can hear her crying because that's how the MAGA demon left her, right? When reality set in, she was there by herself, lonely and cold and afraid and terrified. Yeah, they took your money. They sent you up north without a blanket. They didn't give you nothing, no food, no water, no shelter. They took like a sponge. They just wrung you out, and then they just threw you away and left you there. Yeah. And get this, you MAGA individual. The whole time they were doing that, we were trying to warn your silly special behind. They don't care about you. And guess what? You lied to yourself. You lied to us and told you, no, these people really loved you. Now look at you. Congratulations. You played yourself like a fool. And I won't allow her to be a victim around me either. Absolutely not. Because she ignored the truth when it was presented to her. All right? Now let's move on to the tail end of the monologue, ladies and gentlemen, where, you know what? We got to cover January 6th once again. All right? And I'm going to try to just get straight to it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are literally reliving January 6th 2.0 all over again. Everything Donald Trump did leading up to the November 2020 election, he's doing it right now. And on top of that, he's actually threatening violence, all right, against our institutions that are designed to institute and implement law and order. He's doing it right now. All right. And so because of that, we're going to have to go through January 6th once again. For those of you who don't know what happened on January 6th, let me explain it to you. It went down like this. Donald Trump knew that he was going to lose to President Joe Biden during the 2020 election because, as we saw earlier, he was dealing with a dangerous pandemic. All right. And there's just no way he was going to win re-election with a pandemic and the economy tearing this country apart. So he decided to implement a plan that he knew would radicalize his supporters, turn them from being normal red hats to Confederate red hats. That's what I'm going to call them. And this is how he did it.
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
It's a rigged election. That's the only way we're going to lose.
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
And so that was the seed that he planted in the minds of his supporters leading up to the November election. All right. And all throughout that election, he was making sure his supporters understood the assignment. So what happened? Well, the results of the election came in and President Biden was clearly the winner. He tried to appeal the victories over 60 times and he lost each time. No, sir, you're not the winner. You are a loser is what the Supreme Court said to him, right? Nevertheless, Donald Trump decided, you know what? I'm going to go out and I should concede to President Biden, but I'm not going to. He didn't concede that night. This is what he did instead.
Such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory.
All right. So that was him watering the seed of doubt. Did you hear him say, President Biden, you are the winner. Congratulations, great campaign. He didn't say that. He starts to tread into that territory where, he radicalizes his supporters. And here he goes when he does it.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden everything just stopped.
Oh.
This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
And right there, ladies and gentlemen, is when those wearing the red hats became radicalized Confederate soldiers for Donald Trump. Now his supporters believe the election was rigged and they believe Donald Trump really won, even though he hasn't showed them any evidence to support such a statement. They believed him. Again, that's because we know how foolish MAGA is, like we just saw with the Truth Social stock. Everyone in the world knows you're a bunch of suckers and losers. So Donald Trump decided, you know what? Might as well take advantage of these folks. So he decided to go ahead and proceed with the next phase of his attack, right? What did he do? Oh.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Right? That's the phone call to Brad Raffensperger out there in Georgia, telling him to find votes. That makes his supporters think, wow, this election really was stolen, and Donald Trump is doing his job to uncover the fraud. This is where they were trying to say Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, those two black election workers out there in Georgia that won the defamation lawsuit against Rudy Giuliani, all right, now after the fact. But this is where they were trying to say was evidence of crime. There was no evidence of crimes, all right? So that was one thing he had. That's called the fake elector scheme. And that's where Fonnie Willis is out there going after Donald Trump and his co-conspirators. But then, ladies and gentlemen, there was this side of it. The part where we need to get these folks to Washington, D.C. Donald Trump says, well, you know what? I know how to get them to D.C. Leave it to me. Attention, this is Donald Trump. Attention, all Trump supporters out there. I lost to Joe Biden and I'm very angry. And I don't think I should have lost. So what I need you to do is I need you to meet me in Washington, D.C. at an event I am hosting called Stop the Steal. All right? Sell everything that you have. Send the money to me because I am your daddy. I am your God. I am your Jesus. I am everything. All right? That's what he says to his supporters. And meet me at Washington, D.C. on January 6th. Be there. It's going to be wild. That's what he said. And so what did his deranged red hat Confederate soldiers do? Well, they jumped into the back of these U-Hauls with their khaki pants on. They put on these masks. You know, it was during the pandemic when they said, we can't wear masks because if you make us wear a mask, we can't breathe. But they for some reason were able to put on masks and get in the back of those U-Hauls with other grown men. All right. You know, the Patriot Front, the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys. They all got in the back of those U-Hauls and they converged on the Capitol. All right. So now we're about to be there on January 6th. And leading up, this is what happened. There was an exchange that took place in the White House between Mike Pence. You all know who Mike Pence is, right? And his president, Donald Trump, at the time. Donald Trump was telling Mike Pence to pretty much break the law. Mike Pence, break it for me. I am your leader. Break the law for me, Pence. Pence grew a little spine that day. Sir, Mr. President, unfortunately, I can't break the law for you. I cannot do that. I cannot place you above the Constitution. Trump was taken aback. What? I can't believe my vice president is saying that he can't put me above the Constitution. I know that's legal, but you know what? I don't like it. So this is what he says. You know what your problem is, Pence? You're just too honest. That's what he said to his own vice president. To hell with you, Pence. And he called him a nasty P word. All right. So he goes to his Secret Service. Take me to meet up with my Confederate soldiers at the Ellipse. Sir, I don't think that's a great idea. Those folks are armed. They have tactical gear and chemical spray. I don't care. They're not bringing any of that stuff to cause harm to me. Take me to be with my troops. That's what he said. All right. So they take him to the Ellipse, ladies and gentlemen. And when he gets to the Ellipse and he sees all those red hats cheering for him, he decided, now we get to implement the final phase of my plan. Let me summon a mob of my supporters to go place a dagger at the throat of our democracy. And he did it by doing this.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Right there, he encouraged his supporters to engage in heinous acts of violence. He encouraged his supporters to attack his own vice president. All right. And you got to understand why they felt like this was okay, because prior to, they heard one of his lieutenants, Marjorie Taylor Greene, giving them direct orders to attack the Capitol.
Everything. If we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the building.
You hear? We own the buildings. So not only do they believe the election was stolen, but they believe they own the building. You see how gullible you supporters are? This is why folks all across the continent, all across the planet, look at you as an opportunity to make money off of you, because they know you don't know what the heck you're talking about, and they know you don't know what you're doing. And then, so they're marching to the Capitol, and you could hear them saying nasty things like unaliving the vice president. Hang Mike Pence. Mr. President, they're trying to unalive the vice president. Can you please call off your supporters? Absolutely not. He's okay. He should have listened to me. No, I won't do that. This guy is not fit to be president of these United States, ladies and gentlemen. He is truly the most dangerous threat to our democracy. All right? There was another exchange that took place that day where MAGA ran across one of their own, Ray Epps. You know what they did when they saw Ray Epps? They chanted, "Feds, feds, feds," which to me tells me that they had enough situational awareness to at least come to the conclusion that the police were there that day. Besides the police that they beat up, but they also accused Ray Epps of being affiliated with the DOJ and the FBI, which leaves me with the larger question that no Trump supporter can answer, which is this. If you believed that the FBI and the police were there that day, why'd you break the law? Think about that one, MAGA. That's like, I'm going to rob a bank, and I see a bunch of cop cars sitting right out there outside. And you know what I say? Wow, this is the best time to rob the bank. And then I go and do it and I get caught. What? How did you know it was me? Meanwhile, you're filming yourself doing it, recording yourself robbing the bank. This is what these insurrectionists did. This is what these criminals did. They're not hostages. These are criminals. They recorded themselves doing the crime. Do you understand how ridiculous this looks? If I were in the UAE and I seen Trump supporters doing this stuff, you're darn right I'd try to make some money off of you knuckleheads. Easy merch. You know what they look at when they see Trump supporters, they see you wearing that red hat, you know what they say to themselves? Easy merch. Easy. You want something, get it off of a Trump supporter. Easy merch. Because you just don't think. You just believe. Your imaginations do way more work than your critical thinking side of your brain. And this is some sick stuff you've gotten this country into. All right, now that we are at the crime scene of January 6th, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to once again talk about what one of those MAGA Confederate soldiers who was possessed with the MAGA demon. We're going to have to talk about what they did that day, that dark and dangerous day. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Cameron Clapp of Cambria, who was charged with 4 criminal counts for his actions on January 6th. A Washington, D.C., a criminal complaint was filed against a Cambria man, Cameron Clapp, on January of this year in connection with his actions on January 6th. Clapp is charged with the following violations: entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds. And by the way, he is a triple amputee. All right. I want you to understand, obviously, Donald Trump has a non-discrimination clause in the cult. It don't matter what walk of life you are from. He has no problem taking advantage of you. He's taking advantage of folks who are handicapped. This guy has no shame. All right, these are his charges. Entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly conduct in a Capitol building, parading and demonstrating or picketing in a Capitol building. According to a special agent assigned to the Los Angeles division of the FBI, phone records obtained from a search warrant served to AT&T indicate a cell phone associated with Clapp was used multiple times on January 6, consistent with the geographic location of the interior of the United States Capitol building. The United States Capitol building is secured at all times by U.S. Capitol Police, and restrictions around the grounds include permanent and temporary barriers as well as man posts. Only allowed authorized people with appropriate identification to access the area, explains the FBI. Well, on January 6th, the exterior plaza of the United States Capitol was closed to members of the public, states the FBI in their criminal complaint. The FBI detailed the law enforcement organization received tips that Clapp was documented entering restricted grounds of the United States Capitol building on that date, including various forms of media, including the image below. Look at him, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this knucklehead. The FBI reviewed open source video showing Clapp walking past the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. Here we go right there, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Look at him. Look at these Trump hats right there. You know, they say it was BLM and Antifa. Open source video showing Clapp walking past the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. on January 6, where he stated his name as Cameron. An image from that video is featured below. On January 6, 2021, a joint session of Congress convened at the United States Capitol building to certify the vote count of the Electoral College for the 2020 presidential election. That joint session began around 1 p.m. The FBI detailed that at around 2 p.m., members of Congress and Vice President Pence, they began to evacuate. They had to evacuate. Around 3 p.m., Clapp was identified at the United States Capitol Police, all right, by the Capitol Police entering the Capitol building. Look at him right there, ladies and gentlemen. This is a terrorist right here, a domestic terrorist. According to the FBI, Clapp took photos and video near the Senate wing's northwest door after breaching the restricted area. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is clearly deranged. At around 3:38, Clapp exited the United States Capitol through the northwest doors, all right, said the FBI. All right, the criminal complaint details that Clapp was interviewed on open source video outside the Senate wing door of the United States Capitol, where he stated, "I made it in, but there's nobody in. It looks like everybody is leaving. I did my part, and I am satisfied." Records obtained through a subpoena served on Marriott International Inc. Clapp stated at the AC Hotel, Marriott, Washington, D.C. Convention Center. He stayed there from January 5th to January 7th, said the FBI. The FBI further details that a subpoena was served on United Airlines Inc., which showed Clapp traveled from San Luis Obispo County Regional Airport to Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport on December 30th and traveled from Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport to San Luis Obispo County Regional Airport on January 10th. Ladies and gentlemen, committing crimes across state lines on behalf of Donald J. Trump, even though he is disabled. Look at this. And this is the part right here that gets me. He even brought his dog to be in this. Cameron Clapp, shame on you. What did the dog have to do with this? This is another example of what happens when the MAGA demon hijacks your mind, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't just get you into some mess. It even gets The poor, it even gets the poor dog in the mix, ladies and gentlemen. This is some sick stuff. I understand, champ. Your owner let you down. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Cameron what he deserves. Another round of booze and shame. This is great.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Silence, you MAGA demons. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, since he's been arrested, you know what we gotta do. Let's send him off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You hear that, MAGA? You heard that? Your cult leader, Donald J. Trump, said you do not represent this country and you will pay. I hope you heard that part where he said he immediately summoned the National Guard. So, all those little lies you've been spreading and saying that, oh, it was Nancy Pelosi that should have authorized the National Guard. You were wrong. Donald Trump just took credit for it. Another conspiracy theory has been debunked. All right? And the other thing that I want you Trump supporters to understand is this. You heard him say, oh, he was going to march to the Capitol and he'll be right there with you. Remember when he said that? Did he ever march there with you? Or did he send you there to do it? You Trump supporters, I tell you, something's wrong with your MAGA minds. When are you going to wake up and realize Donald Trump doesn't care about you? You know, right now they're in the audience right now and they're upset. They're angry. Zeus, I want to debate you. There's really nothing else to debate. The facts are on my side. The truth is on my side. The numbers are on my side. Over 1,500 folks have been brought to justice behind the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. None of them are BLM. None of them are Antifa. They are all Trump supporters. Look at this. Whenever you see someone wearing a hat like that, that's a Trump supporter. Yeah, that's the MAGA demon. So no, there's really nothing else to debate. You know, and this is what gets me about you seditionists, treasonous traitors. This is what gets me about you. You wake up every day and you listen to a man that paints himself orange. I don't know how you do it. He puts a bird's nest on his head. It takes about 2 hours, I hear. All right. Puts the bird's nest on his head. All right. Puts on a diaper and he soils it. Then he puts on that crumpled blue suit with a red tie. And he gets on to me the money. How much, Mr. President? You know I'll do anything over. I'll grab my ankles for you. You know, this is how sick these folks are. Send it all. Okay, sir. And then you get out here and you start crying. We don't got any money. You know, you guys are some sick folks, right? You all listen to this knucklehead every single morning. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. If I were, listen to you conservative women out there, seriously, it's time for you to end the relationship. If your man walks in the house, I love Donald Trump. In the relationship right there, right? Just end it. He loves you. He loves Donald Trump more than you. I'm being honest with you. All right. And it's, I know you're suffering having to live with that MAGA demon. There's no peace with the MAGA demon. Ask Melania. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my monologue. I'm going to open up those boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right. You know the rules. 3 minutes to get in the box. Tell the truth. And what? Shame the devil. And like I say at the top of the show, listen, if you believe that I've spread if I've not been accurate about something hypothetically, right? Oh my gosh, I can't even click on the guest request. Oh my God, I can't click on the guest request, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, let's see. Oh, maybe that'll work. Oh no, that didn't work. Hold on. Ah, there you go. There you go. Okay, there it is. It's open. All right. If you believe that I may have provided any kind of misinformation or disinformation, you know the rules. You have to come to class prepared. Am I right, Ange? I don't got time to argue with you, you MAGA demons. All right. The last MAGA demon that got into the box was arguing about President Biden allowing for the funding to be made available to get the bridge repaired in Maryland. You know, it's conversations like that I just don't really have the bandwidth this morning to deal with, because you're going to sit there and complain that President Biden does his job, but you didn't say anything when Donald Trump was over there using, trying to get those ventilators out during the pandemic, when he was sending all those billions of dollars for the PPP loans. You didn't have any problem with that money going out there, did you, MAGA? But all of a sudden, Biden says, well, why don't we get these bridges back up and running and deal with the reimbursements later? And all of a sudden, you have a problem. I don't got time. I don't got time for you seditionists, treasonous traitors. All right, let's move it along. All right, who do we got? Who do we have this morning? Alphabet Mama. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, Zeus. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Just another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs as usual. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can. So what brings you to the show this bright and early?
Well, you know, it's a brand new month,
Right?
as we all know. And PSA, for those who may not be aware of it, it is Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Oh.
And seeing as the person that these maggots support is a person who does that to persons of my gender,
Right.
I thought it would be appropriate to let people know that it's Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Good.
And that today, April 2nd, we're asking that everybody wear the color teal in support of women like myself who have been assaulted.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go. Good. Thank you for bringing that awareness.
For any of you maggots out there supporting that person after what he's done to women such as E. Jean Carroll, you can suck it.
No.
Just saying.
No lies detected. You know, they tend to overlook what he's done to E. Jean Carroll. Have you noticed this? They justify
I have.
And they turn around and they go one step further and they attack E. Jean Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little bit ridiculous. You know, it's bad enough as women that we are not believed 90% of the time, but then we finally come forward and we're disparaged for it.
Wow. Yeah.
We're made to feel like we're the person in the wrong for going after our assaulters.
You shouldn't feel that way. You shouldn't be made to feel that way. And these folks, they brand themselves as Christians, right? It's amazing to me that they do exactly what you just said. They attack you. They make you feel that way. And then they turn around and hide behind the Bible.
Yeah, and it makes us victimized not once, but twice. And then you throw in law enforcement who uses the same thing, and we're victimized a third time because we are not believed yet again. And if you make that a male YT officer, it's 100% of the time that they will gaslight us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you hearing this, MAGA? To you MAGA women out there, are you really hearing what Alphabet Mama is saying? I'm serious. I would like for you to actually show that you are actually processing the information that we're sharing out with you, all right? Because sitting in the comment section and crying about it isn't going to help. Sorry, Alphabet. Sorry about that.
No, thank you for that. I appreciate it because I'm not the only one in my family who's been assaulted. My daughter was assaulted, and unfortunately, at the time, I was so cowed by my soon to be ex husband and in the middle of the abuse phase of that part of my marriage
Wow.
that I didn't defend my own kid.
Wow.
Yeah, how heartbreaking is that? Because a YT male officer said, well, it doesn't matter that this guy did this to you out of sight of the cameras. It's what she did inside of the cameras that was the problem.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry that that happened to you. Seriously. But I'm happy that you're on the path of, learning from this and actually
I
becoming a
am.
better person, and giving other women the opportunity to recognize some of the challenges, and so hopefully they won't have to go through what you went through, right? To those who actually are paying
Yeah.
attention and listening. But we do have some knuckleheads out
It's
there.
taken me 5.5 years of therapy, maggots, and I'm not done. That's going to be a lifelong thing. 5.5 years of therapy, and that's a forever thing for me now. I
Wow.
also have CPTSD from it. So y'all keep going on with how great that POS that you want in office is, while he assaults women and thinks it's okay to grab them by their nether parts. But you know what? As a
Tell them.
survivor, go to hell.
Tell them.
We deserve to be treated as equals. We deserve to not be punched in the face when we're not paying attention because we're on a subway and we're trying to unwind as we go home. We deserve to be walking after dark at 6 p.m. at night. At 6 p.m. at night when it's gotten dark in the middle of winter and not have to worry about what somebody's going to do coming up behind us
Tell
as
them.
women. And it's crap that you're willing to put someone in power that has done this to not one woman, E. Jean Carroll, but multiple women. And then I saw this comment in there about how somebody said that Trump was the P. Well, you know what I took that P and did? That's pedo. P3DO. That's what that word means. You're right.
Oh,
He is, because he thinks his daughter is hot and he wants her in his bed and has for years. So
bingo.
you're right. He is P. So y'all keep going on and keep going on about why this man should be in office. And I'm going to keep speaking my piece here and telling you that as a survivor, we deserve better than to have that man go in and take away our rights and go in and treat all women this way.
Exactly.
Okay?
Tell
All
them
women.
alphabet. Tell them alphabet. They know that
So
they know that you're right, but their pride is in the way. In that
mhm.
Lucille, I hope you're listening, Lucille. I would have brought you up, but it seems like you can't accept invitations to get in the box. But I do hope that this message is actually rolling around in your cerebral cortex, Lucille, because you might just learn something.
I would like to address you, Lucille, as an assault survivor who was CSA'd 6 to 14 by multiple YT men, including an uncle. Okay, yeah, a family member did that crap to me. And I am now 55 years old. So it's been more than 40 plus years since that man assaulted me. And yet here I am saying something, and he never got charges because I was scared. I was a little girl. So F you and your BS about E. Jean Carroll not coming forward until 30 years later. As a woman, terrified what our assaulter might do to us, and especially with a man who's in a position of power the way he is, F you. Up yours, and F all the way off this planet for that comment.
Okay.
Because we're terrified. We are terrified of our assaulters.
Thank you, Alphabet. Thank you so much. All right. Now,
Thank you, my dear. You
all
you
right.
are such a wonderful person. I
I
appreciate
try.
everything you do.
All right, and I appreciate you. I try my best, but again, thank you for always bringing the truth and increasing awareness around SA. It's really something we do need to do more of, and make sure people all across this country feel like they can speak up and against these nasty individuals like Donald Trump. All right?
They don't get it. And
All
they
right.
never will.
Well,
I can't even be on camera talking about it. That's how we feel. So,
yeah,
but
I
thank you, my
understand.
dear. You are appreciated beyond words.
Oh, well,
Blessed
thank
be.
you. All right, you too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Alphabet Mama. All right, no lies detected. Uncle Tom, is there something you want to say to me, Uncle Tom? I don't understand why. What you're upset about, Uncle Tom? What exactly is the issue? Seriously, because all you're doing is crying in the comment section. If you have a legitimate issue, Uncle Tom, let me know. But as far as I'm concerned, you don't. I know exactly what you're going to cry about. I know it. You're going to cry about the economy. You're going to cry about Trump going to prison. You're going to cry about the election. What is it, Uncle Tom? Seriously, it's the same sad song every time I hear from you. You and Snuggles, it's the same. I mean, MAGA, aren't you getting tired of this? Good morning, Vegas girl. Good morning, April. Aren't you getting tired of waking up crying? Oh, Trump is being mistreated. When was the last time you've heard me crying about President Biden is not being treated? I don't do that. I don't got to. When's the last time you actually seen President Biden on Twitter, with ads saying, it's a witch hunt, please send me $5, $10, $15, $20. When was the last time you seen seriously, Uncle Tom, get help. You're acting like Trump. Actually, you're acting worse because you don't even have the money. You're an embarrassment to yourself, to your family, to your community, Uncle Tom. Seriously. And Lucille, I wish you could get in the box because I got some truth for your special behind. I really do. All right. Listen, many people know exactly what I do over here, ladies and gentlemen. And there's no shame about it. Good morning. Truth will prevail. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Zeus. How are you?
I am all right. Another great day, right? Is this our first time doing business though?
It's our first time doing business.
All right, all right. Well, I gotta ask you some questions, and then we'll get into whatever it is you want to talk about. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. First question: do you believe the 2020 election was rigged?
No.
All right. Good answer. Second question: who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
Donald Trump and
Thank you. You don't have. I appreciate it. All right. And last question: do you think President Biden is guilty of any crimes?
No.
See, and these are like real simple questions, and I ask them whenever I talk to somebody brand new. They're so simple, but I have to always ask them because I know that a lot of people, they struggle to tell the truth, especially when they're online and there's people in the live, right? When they're by themselves, they sometimes will tell you the truth, but when there's people in here, they get a little nervous and scared to do it. So I definitely appreciate you. Truth will prevail for having the courage to be able to tell the truth on such simple questions. All right. Now, what brings you here bright and early? All right. What
Well,
brings
first
you?
of all, I'm a neighbor girl to you. I'm a Cali girl.
Oh,
I
shout
live
out.
just on the other side of the city from you, kind of.
Oh, really? Really? Well, shout out. You're in the city?
No, I'm on the other side, up
Oh,
north just a little bit.
okay. Okay. All
So
right. Well,
not really on the other side. Yeah, the other way, up north.
okay. I got. There's a couple of cities up there, but I guess you're still around the bay, though, right?
I'm very close, like 45 minutes probably.
Okay.
But anyway,
Okay.
what made me come up was what that gal was just saying, and I feel like a lot of people that judge the SA case haven't really dug into it and found out. And I actually was on a live one day where her niece came in, Eugene Carroll's niece, and
Oh,
spoke
really?
on, yeah, and she spoke on why it took her that long. And the fact being that her parents were staunch Republicans. And there was a lot kind of involved there, embarrassment, a lot of other things. I am also a survivor of that as well when I was a
Oh
kid.
no!
And
Wow.
I didn't come out and talk about it for years. You feel a lot of different types of ways. And how dare somebody that doesn't even know, that puts Trump above her feelings, her life, what happened to her, the assault,
Yeah.
and put Trump above that without knowing the entire story. And I think that my biggest reason I didn't vote for Trump in 2016 was stuff like this. I had always heard stuff like this about him.
Right.
And what I did, so I was more powerful in my stance and could stand there and say things from my whole chest, was I
Yeah.
researched how to research. I researched how to research, people, meaning how to get credible, reliable information.
Right.
And know that I wasn't reading stuff that was left-leaning or right-leaning, but get down to it. The information is out there. It's for all people. And at this point, I hear a lot of people get in lives and get into arguments about Biden this, Trump that. And when it gets down to it, I think people need to really look at the facts, and there's going to be those people that don't care, that
Yeah.
want some weird type of white man's world, lawless type of situation. And then
Wow.
there's going to be people that, maybe we're on the fence, and those are the people that really need to dig in and look at the information that's there, because it's so important
Right.
for our future and what's at stake. I have kids, I have grandkids. I'm 50, and I think about them and this country and their future. We're very spoiled here.
Yeah.
We have a wonderful country, and people running around bitching about...
No, now keep it clean. You gotta keep it clean.
Sorry. People
Gotcha.
people complaining about certain things like gas prices and stuff like that. I get it. However, there's a lot more at stake than that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was watching a show the other day where people are, eating like, there's my time. Eating, I'll
can
just
finish.
wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Eating small little meals while we are bitching them, and they're, this woman was having a baby in the dirt, and their whole country has been kind of, just turned upside down. And I don't remember exactly the name of it, but it's like we complain about these small little things, and it kills me when they don't look at what's at stake over these little issues in this,
Yeah.
no humility, no gratitude for what they have.
Nope, they don't. They don't. Well, listen, truth will prevail. Listen, thank you so much. All right.
Absolutely, Zeus. And thank you for taking your time.
Yes, no problem. No problem.
Appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Truth Will Prevail a round of applause. No lies detected. All right, you see, ladies and gentlemen, it's a show of force. All right, what we're doing. All right, it really is. All right, now, let's see. Who do we have next? I seen somebody out there, a MAGA demon. I seen a MAGA demon out there, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Dr. Lex. Where's this MAGA demon out there? Where's this MAGA demon at? Oh, there they are. Patriot, please get in the box. I sent you a guest request. All right. Go ahead, send Zeus a guest request. I'm curious about why you refer to yourself as a patriot when you know you're not a patriot. You're a traitor. All right, Patriot, don't be terrified now. Don't be so scared. Be a true patriot, as you like to brand yourself as, and explain your position, you nasty MAGA demon. All right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Patriot is too terrified to actually back up what he is saying in the comment section. So we are going to move it along. All right. Good morning. Morning Star, how are you doing? My sister, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you
doing? Oh man, I'm doing good. I got my account back. Back in action.
Congratulations.
Back in action, dude.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So we got a lot going on. Well, Trump got a lot going on, I see.
Yeah. Talk to him. Talk to him.
Yeah. So he's getting ready. What we got about 2 weeks before we start pulling that jury and getting them together, getting them ready for
Fire.
trial. I'm
Yeah.
loving it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to make sure we stay tuned in because we know that he is going to try everything to stop this trial from happening.
Absolutely.
You know, he is a desperate man right now.
Desperate.
Desperate.
You would have thought if he was innocent, he would want to get this thing over with, right?
Exactly. If you didn't do anything wrong, why don't you want to push it further so we can go ahead and get this over with if you're so innocent? But we all know he's guilty. We already know because he wants immunity. He wants, he wants to be clear of, to be able to do whatever he wants.
Bingo.
And it's sad to see that we now officially know that this is a cult. A religious cult, and his followers are going to follow him all the way to the what, Zeus? Dooms of hell.
Oh, absolutely.
They gonna follow him to the dooms of hell.
They want the ultimate MAGA reward.
They do. They want it. They don't want to listen. They don't want to learn. They want to come on your platform. They want to antagonize us, call us names. They want to harass us. This is what they love to do because this is who they are. They are the image of him. Right. He is the image of them. They are two peas in a pod. They are all the same. So this right here is their, this is we give them their fuel, their little energy, their guts to get up on platforms, disrespect us, talk to us crazy, think that they're doing something. And we know they wouldn't bust a grape if they saw us in person.
Absolutely not. A lot of them are on their way to prison, right? And so what I like to do is give the FBI the evidence they need, right? Go ahead, listen to what they were saying on Zeus's Live. Yeah, use that. Use that. All right, put them in prison.
That's how you do it.
Oh yeah, because they get out here and they go, I was there on January 6th.
Ain't they about the stupidest people? I'm telling you, Zeus. It was one that I heard on Harry's Live, and he got up there and I was at the January 6th, and I got probation and my buddies, and Harry was like, oh, what's your buddies' names? I'm not gonna tell you that, and he tried to hurry up and disconnect, but they had already got him. They flagged him. They got him. They got him. They got him
because they think they're smart, right? And then they open their mouth and reveal just how silly
they reveal it all the time, Zeus. So I'm just waiting for it because I'm waiting for it now that the gag order. I heard my bell. Now that the gag order has been extended, I'm just waiting for him to break the rules again because it's coming. He gonna break it before it's time to even go in front of the trial. He gonna break it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we need our judicial system to get some goddamn some balls. They need to get some balls. They need to get some balls. They need to make a statement out of him because right now he is without consequences. He needs some consequences, right?
Yeah. We need Donald Trump to really be in prison. At this point, there's already enough evidence to justify putting him there.
Exactly.
Seriously.
We've already had enough. It's too much. It's too much justification out there.
Yeah.
He's already now threatening our standing president. He needs to be locked up.
Yeah.
Period blank.
And that's the drum I'm going to keep beating. Boom.
Me too, Zeus.
Put him in jail. Boom.
That's
put
it.
him in jail. We're going to keep beating that drum until eventually he does what it takes to get himself.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Zeus. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I heard the bell, but community, keep on doing what we do. And Kingdom, let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Ms. Morningstar, my sister. Y'all better put some respect on her name and stop playing with her. All right, listen up, you Trump supporters, you seditionist, treasonous traitors. It's over.
You gotta drop me, Zeus. I gotta drop it for me.
Right,
it's not dropping.
Okay.
All right.
It's really over for you Trump supporters. All right. Donald Trump will have to sit in a courtroom. All right. April 15th. Taxes are due, and so is Donald Trump. You gotta love the irony. You gotta love the irony, all right? And yeah, you like that, Craig? You like that, Craig? Okay, listen, how many followers do you have, Craig? You got, Craig, are you okay out there? Are you full of the MAGA demon? Is there something you want to say to Zeus, Craig? All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, stick the ruler. Okay, all right, I'm double checking, Craig. All right, good morning, Stick.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right.
You know when they don't when they don't have anything good to say, they're gonna say something negative and discouraging, and to try to get people riled up and scared. That's their tactic, scare tactic.
Yeah.
Either scare you to being on their side or scare you away and you don't be heard again. You know that's the whole tactic to MAGA. So and those are the very right, far right MAGA that love to do these type of tactics and I would say some are borderline racist and some are all the way over the line racist.
Well, what's the difference? What's the difference between someone who's borderline and all the way?
The difference between the person that's borderline, majority of the time, that they don't even want to admit that there is racism. And they want to make America great again. Yeah, they want to make America great again. They the borderline racism is touchy feely for them. They really don't want to talk about it because they don't want to make anybody angry, whether it's on the right or the left. So they're borderline. But at the end of the day, they're gonna vote Republican all day, right? Then you have the guys that are like Donald Trump with the big mouth that feel entitled. Please don't have any money. If they got any money, oh my God, you're messing with a MAGA demon. All right. So and with that being said, that's the reason why we are dealing with a person like Donald Trump. He has all the traits of a MAGA demon. He is the leader of the MAGA demons. He tells them and he instructs them on
where did you go?
What they should be looking out for, which never comes. So, you know, all the traits are there. You just got to watch out for it, for the slight and the definitely over the edge MAGA demon.
Got it. You're right.
So,
got it. I think there's a
bit
of a delay.
Oh yeah, definitely, probably so. But being that I'm here in Florida and I'm soaking up some of these Florida rays, you know, sometimes I think the magnetic waves and all of this scientific stuff messes with our phones. But you know, Florida's different, man. We got a different type of governor. We got a different type of thinking, whether it's right or left. And it's just some of the stuff you just have to roll with the punches. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you know, you're doing a good job getting the truth out in the state of Florida, I should say. I know that there's a lot going on out there, but keep up the good work and, you know, standing up against those MAGA demons.
Yeah, be on the lookout, and I'm so happy that everybody understands that struggles is a bubble. He gets like you said, he got his academia from Trump University, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
So I'm out, Zeus. I got a loud thing in front of me. I'm gonna let y'all have it good in the kingdom. All right, have a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Stick All right, let's move it along. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. All right, thank you, brother Stick. I mean, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got folks all over the United States that join this show every morning to bring nothing but the truth. All right, and this is a show of force, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now let me talk to this knucklehead right here, Craig. I sent you a request. Why don't you go ahead and get in the box and let's figure out what's going on. I feel like you're out there polluting my comment section, Craig. Good morning. Yeah. You're out there polluting my comment section.
I'm just playing around. I do have a different view than you, but yeah.
What do you? Well, let me ask you, what is exactly the viewpoint you got that's different than mine?
Oh, this is all political.
So do you believe that
if Trump would have went away, nothing would happen. There'd
Do
be
you
no charges.
do you believe the 2020 election was rigged?
No.
Okay. Do you believe who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on
So
January 6th?
we have different views on that. There are crazy people that did do against the law things. Yes.
Yeah, but if you
Donald
had
Trump
that,
made them do it. No.
if we had to actually bet cash money and you had to pick a person to win $2-3 million, which name would you pick? You only could pick one name, Craig. Whose would you pick?
What do you mean? $2 or $3 million dollars? What?
If we had to place a bet and say, if you pick this person as the person responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th, which name would you pick?
I wouldn't even go that direction. There was so many. Yeah. I don't think anybody's dumb enough to do something because Donald Trump was speaking. That's just not happening.
Okay, I get that's what you feel, and so I'm assuming you.
I was there with the Nassau County Correctional Facility. There's a bunch of us officers there. Nothing. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
On January 6th.
Yeah, we were there.
And it was just like a peaceful protest, wasn't it?
No, there were some people that actually did break the law.
Okay. Well, okay. So you don't want to actually sit there and acknowledge that Donald Trump was responsible for it, right? So what else do you got? What else do you got? Because you're wrong on that. You know you do know you're wrong on that. And Craig, honestly, I want to make sure before you leave you understand. Those people that showed up at that event called Stop the Steal, who did they show up for?
They just showed up for a rally for Donald Trump. Yeah.
No, okay, it was for Donald Trump. Who organized that rally?
I'm not too sure. There's probably people that definitely put it together.
Oh, who would you say? So you don't believe Donald Trump organized that rally?
Personally, no. He doesn't do anything.
Okay. So
I don't think Donald Trump was on the computer setting that
up. He promoted it on Twitter.
I'm sure he went, hey, whatever, I'm doing a rally like he always does.
Okay.
Isn't doing much.
Okay, so in your understanding of what happened on January 6th, what do you think caused all those people to do what they did that are currently in jail? Do you think those people are hostages, by the way?
No.
Okay.
They broke the law.
Okay, they broke the law. So those people that were there on January 6th, you agree they went there because Donald Trump told them to be there, right?
To the rally, yes.
Yes, okay. You did hear Donald Trump say that he's going to go there with them to the Capitol, right? At his speech at the Ellipse. You heard that.
That I did hear in the speech, yes.
Yeah. So doesn't it make sense that Donald Trump actually pushed these people to go do that?
No, I was there. I wasn't dumb enough to go over there.
No,
but it was gonna happen.
But you just said you heard him tell him to go to the Capitol.
Sure.
Okay.
People make their own decisions in life.
And they were there for Trump.
Sure.
Okay.
I supported him.
So are you ready to say that they did that because of Trump and not Nancy Pelosi?
Oh, Nancy Pelosi had nothing to do with it. No.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where you're at. All right. It just seems to me like you're defending Donald Trump. And I just don't understand why.
I think it's a lot more political, and like I know you play one side. I mean, it is what it is.
What makes it political to you?
You honestly think he'd have one single charge if he just says I'm not running for president again? No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I do.
I highly doubt it.
So you don't think this hush money thing was in the works before he announced that he was running for president? You think this
Absolutely.
Oh, well, I need you to go look into that.
All rich people pay off whatever they do.
No, but remember, when did they actually start investigating the crime? I'm pretty sure you know it began before he announced he was running to be reelected. You do know that. So that's number one. If you're talking about the classified documents, you do know they were asking for those documents well before he filed the paperwork to run to be president. So where are you getting all of this stuff that it's political? These cases would have came either way.
Yeah, that holding classified documents, they all hold them. That's besides the point.
Yeah, but that's not what he's being charged with.
He's saying that he was allowed to keep them as part of the Presidential Records Act, which I can understand. People do keep stuff that they personally want to keep. Bill Clinton did it. Obama did it. Bush did it. They all do it.
Okay, but that's not what he's being charged with.
He's being charged because he didn't give it back to him when they asked for it.
Okay, so what kind of crime is that?
But they didn't go through the Presidential Record Act. They got to talk.
No, Craig. You said that I was political. But what we're getting at here is this isn't really a political thing. You're actually starting to talk about some real facts that can actually be classified as you actually breaking the law. So he not only willfully retained the documents, but he refused to give them back. All
Cool.
right, all
Okay.
right. Obstruction. He tried to delete footage.
That's his personal footage.
No. But tell me what makes that? No. Not when you're being asked to give the information back. Now it becomes part of a crime.
To a point, if you got a good lawyer, any person.
Okay. And then he also tried to get his lawyers to lie and say that the documents had all been returned when they weren't.
Everything that he thought was,
Craig,
we can go back and forth.
No. There's no back and forth, champ. All right, I'm gonna really need you to stop soiling my comment section because I don't think the issue here is that you and I have different beliefs politically. I really think the issue here is you choose to be a liar.
I didn't lie.
No. You choose to be a liar, and you're afraid to tell Donald Trump the truth.
I ain't afraid of anything. I didn't vote for Donald Trump.
I can sense the fear. I can sense the fear.
There's no fear. No fear at all.
Well, listen. Before you leave, then, if there's no fear, say it. Say Donald Trump is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. Say it right now, Craig.
I personally don't think he is.
Okay, Craig. Well, guess what? That means you're scared. You're terrified.
I think there were stupid people.
No, Craig. We're done. I thought you would actually. You did a better job.
I won't go back on that.
No. You did a good job controlling the MAGA demon, better than a lot of folks. So I thank you for doing that. But unfortunately, you still got your degree from Snuggles University showing. Yeah. You graduated.
Snuggles a little further to the right.
No. But you're still a Snuggles University graduate, champ.
True.
And I'm okay. Ladies and gentlemen, he admitted it. All right, Craig. Have a good one, Craig. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Craig what he deserves. All right. A round of booze and shame. Craig. He's a Snuggles University graduate, ladies and gentlemen. He really is.
Struggle bubbles, struggle pancakes, struggle honey buns, struggle in the weight. Yeah, he's a struggler.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't get it. You love Zeus, but you're not keeping the words of Zeus, right? He's not keeping the words. You know, the Bible talks about a lot of people say they love Jesus. Jesus did not do it. Depart from me. Thy works are of iniquity. Craig, your works, they're not up to par. All right, I'm so sorry. You need to let Snuggles know you denounce him ASAP. And you really do. Good morning, Takesha. Oh, we got another MAGA demon out there. What am I going to do when Trump wins? Oh, my goodness. Takesha, good morning. How are you?
Hey, Zeus, how are you?
I'm all right. Just another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs as usual.
I just want to make one comment before I do what I got to do. But there's someone in the comments named Yo-Yo Binks.
Oh, I just saw that knucklehead.
And Yo-Yo Binks said that President Obama messed up the transition from him to Donald Trump. And I want to know what day that happened. Because Michelle Obama had Donald Trump and Melania in the White House and did exactly what he was supposed to do. And how did he mess it up? That's what. See, these people just make up stuff that sound good to them and think people that have brains are gonna fall for it. Yo, Binks, please go away and find you something else to do, because these topics that are going on, they have nothing to do with you. It's obvious that you don't know what you're talking about.
Yo, don't think.
I'm very embarrassed at your lack of understanding and education.
Oh, get him, Takesha!
I really am. It's getting out of hand, Zeus.
Yeah.
It's really getting out of hand.
Yeah. Yo, Binks, silence.
Cut it out. If you don't have anything intelligent or something that really makes sense to say, just stay in the comments and listen. Write your stuff down and read it to yourself when we get offline, okay?
Now that's true.
I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even know how to write, to be quite honest.
I'm so embarrassed for him, Zeus. I'm so embarrassed.
Oh, my
Bless
God.
your heart, sweetie.
Yeah.
Now listen, Zeus.
Go ahead, get him.
Trump is ugly. Trump is sick. Trump doesn't even have a sizable, Trump is dumb and Trump is old and Trump dips his face in an orange punch bowl. He will not win. He will not last. Him being president is a thing of the past. Give it up and let it go. Most of your brains need miracle grow. Now that's your poem for today, too. I'm for MAGA every day until I break that stronghold that Trump got over their minds.
Yeah. He got a strong demonic hold over them.
A stronghold, Zeus. They remind me of the people that's gonna be left here, and that when the Antichrist take over, they just gonna believe anything they hear because they don't have good sense, Zeus.
They don't.
So right now they have a reprobated mind.
Speak on it.
And Trump is the reprobate in their mind. And bless they little MAGA hearts. They think that if he becomes president, that it's going to be all good for them. But, dictators only care about themselves.
Bingo.
There's not going to be a special place in the United States for MAGA.
Nope.
He going to be done with y'all. Because he going to be got everything out of y'all he need.
Yeah.
And you're going to be on the sideline crying. And I'm going to be kicking dust in your eyes. And trying to wash them out to see if your vision has changed.
Bingo.
You're embarrassing.
Yeah.
To the United States of America.
Tell them, Takesha. They really are.
I heard today that 7 Republicans want to rename the Washington airport.
Right, I talked about it. You know
Trump National. Zeus.
Talk to him.
Zeus.
Get him.
That's just like me wanting to rename myself for the man that gives me good loving. What sense do that make? I'm going to go around and say my new name is Tony.
Oh, Tony! Tony!
For what, Zeus?
They are under a strong delusion, Takesha.
Have you ever seen such foolishness in all your life?
No. Only in MAGA you will find stuff like this.
Only in MAGAville. I feel like these people are a part of the Whoville. They living in Whoville, and we living in Common Senseville.
Yeah. That's where they live, in Whoville. Wow.
In Whoville. Because they wondering, who am I and who am I serving? Because it's getting ridiculous, Zeus.
It is, Takesha, and they know it. These Trump supporters are some sick individuals.
Baby, they don't know it. They really think that Trump is all about them because, he gave them a name. They're the MAGA Knights. And they think that it really is an honor when he says, if you're not a part of MAGA. But see, we know better than to be a part of MAGA because MAGA bless y'all hearts. Y'all don't know no better.
Nope.
And what we're not going to do is dumb down ourselves to fit into your Donald Trump club.
Absolutely not.
And let me say this about
Tell him, Takesha.
Since I am a woman, let me speak on SA. Other women that have never went through it, they don't care. And they're not going to care until it happens to them. Most of these women that are going for Donald Trump and keep on acting as if he didn't do that to that lady because she waited so long. Be ashamed of yourselves.
Right.
I'm almost convinced that if half of your children came to you and told you that it happened to them, you wouldn't even believe them. You're the type of mother that would not believe your own child. That's the vibe you give off to me.
Wow.
And you're sick and you're pitiful. Stop saying what that man didn't do to that lady. You were not there. You going off what he said, and you're believing him because you support him. And that's where I draw the line at. You should be ashamed of yourself. You really should.
Yep.
I'm embarrassed that you're being a parent of a child that may not even be comfortable telling you because they know you're not going to believe them. Be ashamed of yourself.
Be ashamed.
And when you come up here and say it's happened to you, we're going to put you on mute and continue our conversation. Because you didn't care, and we're not going to care either.
Wow.
Now, that's what I got to say.
Thank you, Takesha. Yeah, amen. And thank you for speaking on that. I mean, it to me as a guy, as a man, right? Seeing women support Donald Trump and attack E. Jean Carroll and all these other women, including Stormy Daniels,
Right.
is mind blowing.
She
Because
didn't make him come to her room and try to, pull out little Peter Pan and
nope.
try to, satisfy her, which he didn't. She laughed at him when he took his pants down. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
she didn't make him come to the hotel.
Yeah.
He went voluntarily because he's a cheater and he doesn't honor his vows and he cared nothing about his wife and child. That was the bottom line.
That's the thing. And so when you MAGA women out there, when you turn a blind eye to Donald Trump, what you're low key saying to your partner is whatever Trump is doing, I'm okay with it. And you know that you're really not okay with it. You're really not.
Iron Peel. Yeah, there are MAGA women, baby. All MAGA women are not females. They couldn't be. Not if they acting like they acting. So please go away.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them, Takesha.
But that's what I had for today, Zeus.
All right.
I'll be back tomorrow with another Trump poem.
All
I'm
right.
write MAGA poem every day.
Thank
because
you.
I love them.
Thank you. You're doing God's work, Takesha. All right. And as always, thank you so much. All right. I really do appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, friend.
All right. Let's give Takesha a round of applause. Somebody has to say this stuff, all right, out loud, because what we're doing, these thoughts that we're sharing out here, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, a lot of folks across this country feel the exact same way. Okay, it's not just Zeus saying, it's not just Takesha, it's not just the guest saying these things. This is how millions of Americans feel. For you to out there support Donald Trump, who we all have concrete evidence of his wrongdoings, his dirty deeds, his crimes, his lies, you literally are taking away your ability to be critical of anybody else the moment you endorse Donald Trump. All right? And I want you to understand that. You look like a bunch of knuckleheads out here. Biden is a P3DO. Okay, well, let's just go down that path. He is. How do you justify supporting one P3DO, but then not supporting the other? Where do you draw the line? See, that's a sign that something's not right up there. That's a sign that your moral compass has been broken. All right? If you don't like a P3DO, you don't like all of them. There's no, we like this one, but we don't like that one. And Craig, it's not political, champ. These are facts. When your mind, Craig, listen to me, Craig, when your mind tells you that the facts you're looking at, there's a little something to them besides the fact that they're facts. It's political. When your mind goes down that rabbit hole, Craig, do me a favor. Stop it right there and reflect on what Zeus is saying to you. Just say, no, it's not political. I'm actually being put in a spot where my belief system is now being challenged. And I need to overcome that challenge by actually doing the right thing, Craig. Stop using excuses to justify why you can't do the right thing, Craig. All right, and I'm being serious. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. We got a couple of more guests, and then I got to get up out of here. All right. Let's see, who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, Rick. How are you doing, Rick? How are you doing? Is this our first time talking, Rick?
Oh, sir, come on, man.
Oh, crap, man. How come listen, every time I know what it is. All right, what do you got for us, man? What do you got? Oh, my gosh. I knew I recognized you. Jesus Christ.
Tanisha cracks me up with them poems, boy. She does.
Yes.
Yeah, very. But I saw you on Michael Cohen's live the other night.
Oh, you saw me over there.
Yeah, because I bounced around and listened to a lot of different ones and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, did you notice one thing he said about Donald Trump?
What's that?
The bottom line is about white tea supremacy.
Yep.
Now I'm going to bring something to your attention.
Talk to him.
If you get a chance, watch Enemies from Within. It's on YouTube.
Okay. Enemies from Within.
It's a good documentary, but it ties into YT supremacy. What Michael Cohen was saying.
All right. I got it.
That Alphabet Mama, she almost had me in tears this morning.
Yeah.
testimony.
Yeah.
It was just no, it was just touching to me because
Yeah.
she was expressing something, and it was just touching and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. When people get out here and they share, they allow themselves to be vulnerable and they share out things like that. It's always a gift, right? Because it definitely is, showing a side of humanity that usually gets ignored, right? And so yeah, I do recognize how important that is, and I do thank her. Yes.
Yeah. And like I say, once again, if you ever run across a guy on here on these lives, he goes by the greatest debater. They call
I,
me HVAC.
I've already debunked that knucklehead several times.
He is weird.
Yeah, he's not a great debater. All right, what he is a Snuggles University graduate. All right, and Snuggles gave him that degree, right?
One time I went on a Snuggles site and they were talking about the insurrection and sedition, and I made a comment about sedition falls upon the insurrection or vice versa, whichever I forgot. And boy, they attacked me, and I mean, I wasn't even on the live. I just made a comment, and they told me, "Get out of here! You don't know what you're talking about," and everything. I'm going like,
wow, because they're lactose intolerant, Rick. They're lactose intolerant. That means they're allergic to the facts. So when you start sharing truth out, these folks literally go through they have an allergic reaction. They start actually having convulsions. You ever seen somebody have convulsions because you start telling them the truth? That's what these folks do. Yeah, no lie. I've been in there and I've annihilated their little space they have on TikTok. I've annihilated it, all right? And every time they lose it. They got upset with me for being in Michael Cohen's live. Remember that, right? They got upset with me. Because Michael Cohen tells the truth. He's somebody who used to be in the orbit of Trump and is now out telling the truth, and they are angry about it.
I'm gonna take last thing to you.
Right.
Trump is getting frustrated because he's not winning. He's trying to try his cases in the court of public opinion. He's not going to win in the court of public opinion. He may win in the court of public opinion, but he's not going to win in the legal system.
Nope. He's not even winning in the court of public opinion because the rest of the public, a good chunk of people in this country know the evidence. That's why, it's good that we have these kind of lives day in and day out. We tell the truth, so people, when they go in there, I mean, listen, if I were a juror, right, I'd go in there with an open mind, right? But at this point, he would have to bring something new that I've never heard of to convince me that he's innocent, and I don't think he can.
He can't mean neither.
No, because his track record speaks for itself, all right? Now listen, Rick, I gotta go, all right, brother? But thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Rick a round of applause. I know what it is. I didn't follow you back because I've maxed out on the number of people that I can follow. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's move it along. All right, good morning, Nutty Professor. I see you, Miss Boss Diva. All right, good morning, Nutty. How are you doing? Yes.
Good morning, Zeus. How are you, sir?
Good morning. I am all right. Just another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs as usual.
So very quickly, we know those representatives who want to rename Dulles.
Yes.
We know what they're trying to do. They're sending a message to Donald Trump saying, hey, look at us. We want to be part of your administration that will never become an administration again. That's their just veiled message to him, sending him out a message saying, hey, if it happens, can we be part of your inner circle? That's what they want, because we know that it has to go. First of all, it has to get the vote of the House of Representatives. Then it has to go over to the Senate. Y'all remember how a bill becomes law, right?
Right.
And then the president of the United States, who's your daddy, is Joe Biden, must sign it. And we know Joe Biden is never going to sign that piece of legislation.
Did you just ruin their day, Nutty?
I did. So I don't even want to talk about that anymore. Can we talk about Tony?
Tony, go for it.
I want to talk about Tony. Takesha's Tony.
I want to talk about Tony. You got some tea? You got some tea on Tony?
I don't know if it's tea, but if Tony is putting it down like that Takesha wants to change her name to Tony, you the
She did say it. She said Tony. And she said she's gonna change her name if she. I mean, she didn't say she would, But she at least put it out there that she was thinking about changing her name.
Listen, Tony is giving her some good loving to where she's coming up with these poems, and Tony's making MAGA mad because when Takesha's happy, she triggering MAGA. So hey, Tony, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. But yeah, anyway,
No, he's not. He's my BFF. Oh. That's what these young folks say these days. They don't like to claim him. They don't like to claim him no more. They just call him, that's my friend.
Hey, I ain't mad at Tony. I ain't mad at Tony. So, but anyway, so we all know that what the appellate court did last week was more. They gave Trump a way out. You know, not only did they decrease the $454 million that he needed to put up to appeal the decision by doing $175 million and getting this insurance company out of Los Angeles to back that. Notice Trump has always talked about OPP, other people's money.
Oh,
if you go back and listen to any speeches, especially before he was president, he always referred to OPP.
Yeah,
y'all go back and listen to him. Other people's money. Y'all, he's still taking y'all money. Other people's money.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump owes the owner of this insurance company. He already owes him over $150 million because
sick.
Yes. So now he's even more in debt. So if Donald Trump actually becomes president, this is what y'all need to be afraid of. He is indebted to someone.
Yeah.
Have a great day, my friend.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Nutty Professor No Lies Detected.
One more thing. They can't say Nutty is readying up the live anymore. See that? I heard my bell. I'm out.
You've been quite respectful.
See, I'm out.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I appreciate it. All right, I really do.
Have a good day, my brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Nutty. Oh, yeah. All right. Good morning, Miss Boss Diva, my partner in crime. How are you doing?
Good morning to you, Zeus. I'm doing fabulous today.
All righty then.
Been on a streak of fabulous.
Quiet, Chuck. Quiet, Chuck. All right. Sorry about that.
So, I have a question for you, Zeus.
Talk to him.
What are the conservatives conserving exactly?
The coon conservatives. They're preserving their allegiance to the YT folk. That's what they do. You do know that, right?
Right. Yes, that is
indeed
the answer.
And
I've had an epiphany about these folks. So
what's that?
I think there's a development on the horizon coming soon on these TikTok streets at a corner near you.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna work on conservative dog walking with Miss Boss Diva.
Oh,
that's how we're gonna do it.
Well, listen.
And hopefully, we can shame them. Like you said. I mean, they don't have any shame, then we have to give them shame, and hopefully, shame is enough to help them do a 180.
Well, here's the thing. Before you get started, I've been looking into this. Right? I went down history, and in the Civil War, there were blacks who fought for the Confederate. And there's this gentleman. His name is Steve Eberhart Perry. All right, and I'm going to read to you what he said. All right, he fought for the Confederate, and this is a person of color. All right. He says this: I shall ever remain in my place and be obedient to white people. I've always been a white man's N-word.
Wow, you make me want to throw up, Zeus. Oh my God, man, my bacon needs to stay down. Okay, and this is
I mean, listen, I'm kind of on the same journey as you, right? I'm going. How could you support this guy? But this is going down history. This is what we've dealt with in history before. They believed that their freedom comes because they were helping the Confederates. If I fight in your army, will you free me? That's how they.
And they're still, with that stronghold mentality. So there is a time now for eradication of that one way or another. It has to be dealt with because, as you said, there is a history behind it, right? Well, you know, we want to kind of change the course of history because we want things to get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We want to improve things that can be improved and shall be improved, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm thinking that that's also something that we can do, you know, parallel to what we're already, you know, dealing with, of course, with democracy being on the line and everything.
Right,
like that.
right,
So,
right.
yeah, so I just thought I'd throw that out there because I'm definitely going to focus a lot of my attention on that kind of thing in the very near future. But I also wanted to bring up Peter Navarro because I think he's an interesting character.
Right.
So you know he's sitting down and he's doing 4 months, right?
Right.
Okay, but he still has a little, you know, situation going on because he has some documents that you know, he's trying to protect under the excuse me, the Presidential Records Act, right?
Yeah.
And so yesterday they just, you know, there was like a 4-page ruling that came down from the U.S. Court of Appeals in the District of Columbia, right?
Yeah.
Basically saying that, you know, you can't argue that. Like, that's, hand them over.
Yeah.
Quit playing around before, you know, we slap some more time on your behind because you're violating, you're obstructing, you're doing all kinds of other things.
Yeah.
So you might as well just bow down to this. You know,
Tell them.
and understand that you are not superseding, you know, what justice is going to look like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So yeah, he's still at it, even though he in jail. He's still trying to, you know, claim that Presidential Records Act crap. You know what I mean?
It's not going to work. It's the weakest defense, all right, and it's not going to work. You know what they need to do? Just do the time. Get it over with. Seriously.
Yeah, you know, just be a man about it. You know, understand that you effed up. And you need to just sit down, do your time, comply with the rest of it so you can put it all behind you because you're not doing anything but making it worse for yourself. And I don't understand these Trump supporters. Like, they just make things worse for themselves. You know what I mean? But want to complain all the time and cry all the time. And,
amen.
You know, just it's just like oxymoronic. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, they going to be crying. Listen, Miss Boss Steve, I'm going to be honest with you. This court case coming up on April 15th, I guarantee you, these Trump supporters, they're going to be crying all over this app. They're going to be
ready. Zeus, I got it ready, baby. I'm ready.
They already crashing out. You hear about the FBI thing over there in Atlanta yesterday. They were, I'm going straight to the FBI. They're crashing out over this. Yeah.
I am so ready. Come on, bring them tears, man.
Let's go.
Bring them tears, baby.
We told you it was coming.
Got a cup for you, MAGA. We all got a cup for you, baby.
Didn't we tell them? I said, when that ball drops, right next, you know, when we were talking about last year and the New Year's was coming in, I said, that ball's going to drop.
Yeah.
And all hell's going to break
And it
loose.
sure did. I was with you, Zeus. I was right there with you, baby.
Gag orders,
I was in the Unity game saying that same thing. I was quoting you. Hey.
Yeah.
Ball drop is going to be all bad for MAGA. I mean, all bad for Trump. It's the year of his downfall. Everything is going to come crashing down on him like avalanche and
it's
avalanche
over.
of anvils.
Yeah, it's over. I mean, your stocks is tanking. Your relationships are failing. Your poll numbers are going down. You're sitting in the... I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. This man ain't going to the White House. He going to the big house.
To the big house.
Motion picture.
No lies detected. But anyway, Zeus, I love you, and I heard my bell and everything. And see you out there in them streets, baby. You keep doing what you do.
All right, you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Miss Boss Diva. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, these Trump supporters, they know the end is here. That's why they're not too thrilled. Listen, after this live, if you want to if you want to feel real good about yourself, you know, maybe today is like, I don't know, it's hard to do. I don't know if I go into one of these conservative lives on TikTok where they sit there and they cry. You will crack up. Just don't even just go in there and listen to the stuff they're crying about. All right. And you got to keep in mind, because April 15th taxes are due, and so is Donald Trump's special behind. He's going to have to sit there in a courtroom, and he won't be he won't be able to, oh man, this is boring, I'm going home. He won't be able to do that. Oh no, he got to sit there, ride it out. Go ahead, get you a Red Bull, all right, whatever you take, and you got to be there and just ride it on out for 4 days throughout the week, and he gonna have to watch Michael Cohen get up there and Stormy Daniels, all the ghosts of his past, get on there and tell the world what he did. Oh yeah, and his supporters are gonna be crashing out, ladies and gentlemen. This is so hilarious. That's part of the reason why I keep a couple of MAGA demons around me, right? Because I'm a little one of those folks. I like to watch people really learn their lesson, right? Because you don't think I'm telling the truth? Okay, well just stay right there. Snuggles, right? Snuggles, you're still winning. HVAC, he's still the greatest debater. J Bear, you're still Christian. Oh yes. Come April 15th, ladies and gentlemen. Don't look at Zeus. Go look at these characters on TikTok. I guarantee you will be cracking up. Clickbait, trash bait. These folks they're gonna be trying to explain why Donald Trump is sitting in that courtroom 4 days a week, and while Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are zipping around the country. I mean, listen, these folks, ladies and gentlemen, they are on something. All right, now I got to bring up a couple of more, and then I'm out of here. Oh my gosh, look at the time. Queen Flea, you finally made it up. All right, not Queen Flea, but Queen Lady T. I'm so sorry. I'm so used to saying Queen Flea. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Talk to me. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just listen to these crazy MAGAs.
Talk to him.
Crying.
They crying. Bunch of crybabies.
Yes. This man is he's not going to step a foot in that Oval Office.
No.
Never. Never. Never.
Nope.
I
Tell
just
them.
laugh at him.
It's something sad, right? It's something sad.
Yes, it is. It's just, I don't understand it. They just lie. They don't want to know the facts. And this man is constantly threatening people. If it was one of us, we would have been underneath the jail.
Yep.
They go out here and ruin their lives. They lose their wives. They lose their house. They lose their husband. I just don't understand.
Yeah.
They like this man. He's not Jesus.
He's not.
He's speaking the devil.
Hey, get him, Queen.
Nothing but the devil.
Demon.
And that's one thing I don't understand. You sit there and make a Bible. God don't like this.
Nope.
God, please have mercy on his soul, because
Yeah.
You do not play with God.
Don't you dare.
You don't play with him. That's one thing you don't do.
Tell them. Yeah. But they playing with God. They something else, huh? Even the devil.
These Christians, they don't worship God. They worship the devil.
Bingo. On their knees.
Don't play
praying to
with
a
God.
demon.
Don't play with him.
Tell them.
That's one thing. That's one thing. Don't play with God, because God has answered my prayers plenty of times.
Amen. Tell them.
I mean, I don't know why I'm still here. I'm here for something. I fell from a cliff. I went through a car window.
What?
I was in a severe car accident, couldn't walk.
Wow.
Hey, God is out there.
Yeah.
God answers your prayers. Don't be playing with God.
Tell them.
I mean, if people want to have luck and want to have good things, you do good things, you will be blessed.
Amen.
God ain't going to bless no devil.
Hey, tell them, Queen, an evil tree cannot bring forth what? Good fruit. Get him, Queen. Tell him.
But all y'all could do, keep on mouthing in the chat. Keep on saying FJB. But you know what FJB means?
What's that?
Fantastic Joe Biden.
Let's go. What the devil meant for evil, God will turn it to good. Ain't that right, Queen?
Yes, indeedy.
Yeah.
Yes. But Zeus, you keep up the work.
Thank you so
keep it
much.
up. I love it.
All right, I love you as well, and thank you. All right, I really do appreciate it. All right, and I'm glad that you were able to get in the box today.
Yes, indeedy. Thank you, and everybody. Stick
right.
in there.
All
Trump ain't
right.
coming in that office.
No, he ain't coming in that office. He going
So,
in that big house. All
no,
right.
he's going with the big sail and tell him, please don't drop the soap.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Y'all have a nice one.
all right, let's give Queen Flea a round of applause. No lies detected.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. We got a couple of more, and we are out of here. All right. Good morning, Brother Lex. How you doing, my man? You still in the fresh and the latest. All right. I see you over there, champion. All right. Huh?
So tired.
Oh, you're tired. You've been working all night, though, huh?
Yeah, I'm doing mix downs. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm starting to increase my visibility on TikTok, on my page.
Good.
Doing mashups. But what I was going to talk about is how do these people where do we get to the level where these people are willing to hurt you and everybody else and to say all these things and to degrade people and to make all these comments and do all this terrible stuff and then sit back and play like they're a victim or people are doing things to them? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah. It's that victim mentality that they've all adopted from Donald Trump, right? Everything that Donald Trump is going through, he somehow has portrayed himself to be the victim, right? And his supporters do the same thing. They get mad. Can you believe this? They got mad because Biden authorized money to be made available to repair the bridge.
Yeah, I know. See, it goes to one place, though, Zeus.
Talk to me.
Racism.
Race.
This whole thing, everything that you guys are doing. Let me tell you what you do.
What's that?
If you're a MAGA, why don't you just go ahead and break down and never talk to a person in the BIPOC community again? Just go all the way on that side. Just be that all the way. Don't powder coat it. Don't put the icing on it. Nobody wants to see that because what you're doing is you're sitting down here in the comments and you're saying these aggressive, racist things to people, and then you're going out in the street or to your neighbor across the street who might be black or Indian or native or Chinese or whatever, and you're being friendly with them. Meanwhile, in the background, you are doing all this racist stuff. In the back of your mind, you don't want them near you. So why don't you just tell them? Tell them. I had a guy.
Oh, Southern, you're right. They're mad because the bridge is being repaired in Baltimore. That's what. That's what it is.
No, could it be perhaps because it's one of the biggest import shipping channels in the United States? Could that be it?
Yeah, but the black community is in Baltimore too, so that's an issue.
Could it be because it might disrupt the shipping and the transports and the things that are going through that area because that is in the Chesapeake Bay?
Wow.
Could it be because the metal and the oil and stuff is in the water and they're trying to get it out because there's a Chesapeake Bay watershed? I mean, what is wrong? What has gotten into these people? Is it the fact that it's like the bullies from the Revenge of the Nerds? That's what these people are acting like. Is that where they got it from?
You know what? It's amazing how a lot of the stuff we went through in the past is coming back full circle with these MAGA demons.
You know something? I live in a very red state in Tennessee, and I've got a lot of war in my heart, right?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of battles, a lot more than anybody would want to see. As a matter of fact, I had a guy throw a noose in my yard.
Wow.
He went from throwing the noose in my yard straight to prison.
Oh, congratulations. Let's go. Send him where he wants to be.
When he was trying to apologize to me, saying, "Oh, I didn't know I was going to get in that kind of trouble," I say, "See, you're only concerned about yourself." So, I mean, that's between you and the judge, bro.
Yep. Hate crime. I don't know what they charged him with.
I enjoy everyone on here. I'm going to do a shameless plug. Please go on my page, on my TikTok, go on my pinned items and share them because my record label is watching.
Thank you.
And Zeus, like I said, I'm waiting to hear back from. I've got to give you my phone number. We got to talk about some stuff.
All right. Fair enough. All right. And I'll be working with you hopefully real soon. But listen, brother, I got to move it on because Zeus is so late I'm tardy to the party. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother Lex, Dr. Lex, a round of applause. No lies detected.
This month, the essay month, this month that they're doing for women's rights, if you are as low and as depraved as a person that will put your hands on a woman or do an unauthorized use of someone else's body, is what I call it. I think that you deserve more than just a prison sentence.
Nip. Oh my God!
I think they need to take them off, and then they put them in a jar and give them to you, and put your name on it, so you can put it on your mantle. So you can and look at how important you are for trying to be a big man and trying to attack an innocent woman. And don't let me catch you, because it'd be worse than that.
Tell him, Lex. Tell him. All right.
Peace.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother Lex a round of applause. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. The airplane has officially landed and Zeus must depart. All right. Huh?
I'm stuck.
Yeah, oh, don't worry. I got you, brother. Don't worry. All right. The plane has officially landed, ladies and gentlemen, and Zeus must depart. Listen, I'm so sorry. We went well past overtime, though. Listen, you all kept me here. I'm the hostage. Don't move me. All right. Before we get up out of here, you're free to get off this airplane and depart. But before we do, I want to make sure we give all the panelists, the gifters, and the subscribers, and all of my moderators a round of applause. You've done an outstanding job helping to make this show exciting, educational, and entertaining. All right, and one last round of booze and shame for the Zeus haters out there. Those who continue to dwell in lies and misinformation and peddle it on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. They are our haters, they are our critics, they are our detractors, and they deserve to be in the pits of hell with Donald Trump, right? Let's give them some booze and shame. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe, and don't do nothing I wouldn't do.
Two most handsome in the kingdom.
And I really am the most handsome. Hey!
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my move when I'm moving like Zeus. Keep it cool till I pull up like Zeus.
Thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus. I make my own
rules.
Hey.
God call me Zeus. I'm flyer than an eagle and got bread on me.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Edge. Tony. All right, let's go, Marsha. Dark Frank. All right, Black Cat. Let's go. Sustainable Futures. Brown Eyes. Garvey. Mr. Johnny Stearns. In Zeus we trust. I love that, champ. Hey, PR Queen. How are you doing? Dark Frank. Let's go. Shadow Kitty. Hey, DJ Kitty. Hey, hey. Brother Lex, let's go. James, all right, Slick as Rick. All right, Emma Johnson, I see you out there. Lock Trump up, thank you. Queen Flea, there you are. Mrs. Phil. Black Tap, all right. Jam Rod, I see you. DJ, I don't know if you're out there. DJ Jeffrey, oh man. Ready. I'm not shouting out Donald Trump. Mickey Pete, love you too. Brother Swerve, my man, thank you. I didn't know you were out there. Itchy, I hope you got that name. All right. Steve Everhart Perry, he said he will forever remain in his place. He's always been a white man. You can't make this stuff up. All right, Veteran 51. All right, Sideways. Hey, yes, oh my God, what is that, a fruit salad? Ain't gonna be no president, Donald Trump. Hey, Symphony for the people, thank you, Takesha, thank you, Frank. I tried to be patient, but you had to. Oh no, it's the problem. It's you.
Ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose.
You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus.
Reggie, where you at, Reggie?
This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my moves.
Valerie, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Valerie, for all you do.
In the sky, light you up like Zeus.
All right.
My own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus.
Here we go.
You know about me.
I just want to find 11,780.
Uh-oh.
votes.
Where's it at?
Hard like Groove. Lawrence Reed on the beat. Better call the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
Where you at, Reggie?
Don't get caught.
We gotta hit him with the Jack Smith remix.
He's deranged. He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith.
Wow.
He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged.
Wow.
Jack Smith. He's deranged.
Hey.
Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
All right, now you know what Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, sounds like before he is about to lose. This is what he sounds like before he's losing.
We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level.
Yeah.
We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military.
Oh.
We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans.
Remember this?
We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning.
Oh.
And you'll say, please, please.
Mr. Nice Guy, remember this?
We can't take it anymore. Mr. President,
Oh.
it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win
more.
more.
Remember?
We're gonna win more.
Right. But then you know what he sounded like after Joe Biden beat the brakes off of him. This is how he came out.
We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've
The
won
drugs
tonight.
wore off, right?
And then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left.
See, he's throwing out some
We
math.
won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election?
Well, you
It's
lost.
off.
Yeah.
And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court.
Oh.
So Florida was a tremendous victory.
Right.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden everything just stopped.
Oh.
This is a fraud on the American public.
No, it ain't.
This is an embarrassment
Ain't no
to our
fraud.
country.
Mexican guru, I see you.
We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
You didn't win, Donald Trump. You didn't win. That is so funny. You got your supporters to believe that you did. Now listen, I got to get up out of here, but before I do, I got to drop the bomb.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
He's right. You ain't black. You ain't nothing but a modern day slave. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe out.